welcome voters and citizens. It's a really important year. Make sure you get out and vote. Cannot stress enough. Make sure you get out and vote. Tonight's forum is going to cover a broad range of issues. We just want to make sure that everyone knows that there's going to be an emphasis on issues that impact the businesses in our community as the chamber. So despite the positive position our communities of Mason and Deerfield are in today, we believe it's paramount to ensure that we keep things moving forward and in our favor. Competition for talent continues to increase, so many of our questions tonight are going to center around the local economy. So I'm excited to be co-moderating this event in partnership with a great firm in the region. Lee Geiger is here with Graydon, and he's going to talk a little bit more now about the actual formalities of the evening. So thank you.
All right, thanks, Sherry. Get Lee Geiger. I practice with Graydon. I do labor and employment law, which means I have lots of fun stories. We're going to have fun tonight with the debate, and we're in a school, so maybe we'll actually learn something with it. I've hosted debates before, but usually for the Westchester Liberty Chamber Alliance. I'm the neutral guy here tonight. I don't have a dog in the fight. I live in Butler County, and so Sherry promised to pay me double what she typically pays a moderator here. So we didn't talk about how much double is, but we'll figure that out later. If you've ever been to any of the forums that I've moderated before, you know two things. The first is that I'm probably going to make about 45 mistakes during the course of the night. I'm going to ask mispronounce a name, or I'm going to say, well, candidate A, it's your turn, when it's really candidate B's turn. We're just going to laugh and we're going to roll with it. The second thing is we're going to end on time tonight, and we've got a lot of forums to get through. So the two things that will keep us from ending on time are if the candidates go over their time, and we've got Amanda here, and she's got a bell, and she's not afraid to use it. And the other thing that will keep us from ending on time is if the audience starts getting rowdy and throwing things at us. I don't anticipate either of those things happening. So let's talk a little bit about the process. The purpose of this is to be fair and informative. Sherry and the Chamber has put a lot of work into this, a ton of work into it. All the candidates were provided questions in advance so that they could also prepare and put some time into it. The goal here is to make sure that when folks walk out of the room that you've got a better idea of A, what the issues are, and B, where the candidates stand on them, so that you can be an informed voter. We're happy to say that Videos on Your Website is a member of the MAID Chamber and is here filming the forum. And the Mason Deerfield Chamber is broadcasting this live on its Facebook page. There's going to be 4 separate candidate forums tonight. First is going to be Kings Local School Board, then Deerfield Township Fiscal Officer, and then Deerfield Township Trustee for the unexpired term, and Deerfield Township Trustee for the regular term. Amanda Oltman is the Director of Communications for the Chamber, and she's going to be our timekeeper. She has, for the candidates already know this, she's got a 10-second sign, she's got a stop sign, and then at the end she's going to ring that bell that you just heard. That's going to get obnoxious real fast, candidates, so please, let's just not go there. The format tonight will be opening comments, and each candidate will have 2 minutes to do an opening comment, and we're going to start in alphabetical order. So the person with the lowest name gets the first word, but for closing comments, we'll also do those in alphabetical order, so the person with the highest last name gets the last word. It's all fair and balanced, right? Let's see. There are going to be some 60-second opportunities for 60-second answers, opportunities for just some really quick 30-second lightning round things. Sherry's very excited about the lightning round. It's going to be fun. She's going to throw things if you answer and take a minute and a half on a 30-second question. Just saying. Let's see. We may have some follow-up questions, so if the candidates don't answer the question that was asked and we happen to be running on time, then we may have some follow-ups as well. We're going to start with 10 minutes for the Kings School Board portion, 10 minutes for the Deerfield Fiscal Officer portion, 30 minutes for the unexpired term, and 75 minutes for the regular term for the trustees. Anything else? Let's roll.
All right, so we want to start things off by saying thank you to our Kings Local School Board candidates for being here this evening. As Mr. Geiger mentioned, we're going to start things off with an opportunity for 2 minutes of opening comments, and we will start with Ms. Cowen.
Hello, I'm Deb Cowen, and I'm running, as just been said, for this Kings Local School Board. I've been a resident of Kings Mills for the last 17 years. My husband and I have 3 children, all of which have attended Kings schools in some capacity, including my youngest daughter, who started in the program when she was 3 years old as a preschooler and went all the way through the high school, graduating with the class of 2016. Before coming to Ohio, I lived in a few states, including Texas. That's where I earned my Bachelor of Science in Education from TCU, and I also taught in Texas in both a public school and a private school. Since joining the Kings community, I've been actively involved. I served on the Kings District Parent Council for 9 non-consecutive years in various roles. I also am currently a trustee for the Riverwalk Homeowners Association, and I'm also on the Kings Soccer Club board. I keep getting tongue-tied on that. Where I've been for 15 years, and I'm currently the referee coordinator, which I have been doing for the last 10 years. In addition to that, I've been a soccer coach with the club for 25 different girls' teams over 24 seasons, because remember, recreational soccer plays in both spring and fall. And I really enjoy coaching, and some of you out there might not recognize me without my hat, sunglasses, and ponytail, but that's me, Coach Deb. And other than that, it's always my goal to have a positive positive impact in the community, and I hope to do the same if I'm elected to be a member of the Kings School Board. Thank you.
Mr. Egan, go ahead.
Good evening. My name's Dan Egan. I'm running for the school board as a write-in candidate. So you'll physically have to write my name in. It won't appear on the ballot. So we would appreciate that. A little background about me. We moved here in 2000. My family, my wife Lisa, we have 2 boys that are, one's currently in the high school as a junior, and I have a sophomore at Miami of Ohio, and he graduated in 2016. Little background about myself. I graduated from Purdue University, West Lafayette in 1987 with a Bachelor of Science degree. We own a local business here in Deerfield Township called Buck's Tavern. My wife and I run it. We've been operating now for a little over 8 years, so we're very excited that we're still there and it's going well. And looking forward, I've always had an interest in, we've been very involved in the Kings School District since the time the boys have gotten into school, and have had an interest in being involved in the school board and some of the decisions, and looking forward to really what's facing the school district here in the next upcoming few years with the growth of the community in itself. It was a little bit of a landlocked community, what everybody thought, and I think we're pressed with some very tough subjects as far as how to increase the school sizes without blowing the budget. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Walter?
Hi, my name is Rona Walter, and I've been a resident at Kings for 25 years. I have 3 kids that went through Kings start to finish, and I've always said that Kings is the best kept secret. Being here on this stage is a little symbolic because our family has done a lot of life right here in this room. In honor of my 60th birthday, I think I'm just going to go through my experience by decades. In my 20s, I graduated from Wright State with a business degree in education. I taught school in Xenia, Ohio, and in Denver, Colorado. And in my 30s, I stayed home and had a variety of experiences here at Kings. I started out as a room mom, and then I was a Brownie leader, a Girl Scout leader, a soccer coach, and a 6-time choreographer for putting on the hits. I was involved in every fundraiser known to man. I worked concessions for the athletic department, for the music department, the theater department, and the dance team. I directed traffic over at the ATP for track, and I even did recess duty at KME with Darcy Hanley. And in my 40s, I got my mortgage broker license, and I worked in the mortgage industry for a decade, which brought a nice skill set. And in my 50s, I was fortunate enough to get a teaching degree, or not a teaching degree, but a teaching position over at Sycamore, where I currently teach 6th grade social studies, and I love it. I got my master's degree in 2014 from Miami University in curriculum and leadership, and I really think my passion for education in conjunction with my background in banking will serve me well on the board. Kings has given me a lot. It really has, and I feel like this is my opportunity to give back. I will work hard and have the passion and energy to maintain the level of excellence that I know we've all come to appreciate and expect here at Kings. Thank you.
Thank you. So in the speed round form, this question is actually designed to just have a few words response and no rebuttal. And we'll actually start in the center with Mr. Egan and then move to Ms. Walter and end with Ms. Cowen. How long have you been a resident in the Kings Local School District?
20 years, or 17 years, sorry. We moved here in 2000 and been a resident here the whole time.
Thank you.
25 years.
17 years.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to start with Ms. Walter for this one. What should the district do to plan for the projected student population growth and manage the impact on the budget and having adequate facilities?
Well, you gave me a hard one, didn't you?
I sure did, right off the bat.
Wow. Well, obviously, we've lost some state funding. We have funding going to charter schools. We've lost some tax revenues to tangible personal property. So we're definitely going to be in a little crunch with our budget in dealing with the population. I think projections are at 21% for next year. I haven't done the homework with the numbers. It's really so much about the numbers. I will do research and homework, but we're going to have to obviously think about and work on how we're going to handle that type of growth within this framework.
Mr. Egan, we'll go to you.
Well, I agree with what Rona said. We've got some challenges here that neighborhoods have been being built. The growth is coming. The tax dollars are less, and how we're going to pay for it and keep everybody. We have a short-term thing that we got to address first is where how we're going to get the kids and the class sizes to remain where we need them to be, and then the growth, and that's going to be looking into the budget that with some of the trustees out there that how we allow the growth and charge the tax dollars. So I think that I'm willing to work hard and try to look at those budgets. I'm good financially sound, so hopefully we can figure it out here in the next year.
Thank you, Mr. Egan. Ms. Cowen.
My fellow candidates have made some really great points. I do know the Kings District is already very actively forecasting and planning for growth. The current board and Superintendent Ackerman have been very forward-thinking in this regard. Preparing based on projections, as I'm sure you all know, is not an exact science, but that is why continued due diligence will be key in the stewardship of our schools. Growth brings more income, but it also brings more cost. And so the school district, by currently actively budgeting and forecasting into the future and also looking at the management of resources, has been doing a really great job, and I feel like we'll continue to do a great job to monitor this so that we can move forward and make our district as successful as possible as we meet those challenges.
I commend you all not only for your answers, but for staying on time. So thank you. We're going to, believe it or not, already be bringing this session to a close. I'm going to give everybody 60 seconds to have a final statement. And for the folks that are up for Deerfield Township Fiscal Officer, start getting your stuff ready so that you can head up next. You don't have to get up just yet. You can. That's fine, but just be ready. You're on deck. Ms. Cowen, we'll start with you.
All right. Well, first, I'd like to thank the Mason-Deerfield Chamber for hosting this event. I'd also especially like to thank all of you in the audience for taking time out of your busy days to come and meet your candidates for office. We really appreciate that. If elected to serve on the Kings Local School Board, I will do what I've always done in service, which is strive to have a positive impact on my community. and I hope that you all have a great evening. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Mr. Egan.
Same thing. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I was glad to be a last minute, not only a write-in candidate, but a write-in to the forum here this evening. And again, I am a write-in candidate, so my name won't appear on the ballot. You have to put me in as Dan Egan. And again, I'll work diligently on the tasks that are at hand for our local school board. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Egan. And Ms. Walter, bring it home.
All right. I'd just like to say that it's really an honor to be here to represent King Schools. The level of commitment and instruction here is truly unparalleled. We sat down this week and made a list with our family, and we came up with over 50 teachers that have invested and impacted our family and our kids. It's really remarkable. I don't know, there's reports out there that, and I know everything's got their different angles, but in niche reports, they rank King Schools as 239 out of 10,500 schools nationally, and that's pretty impressive for a school our size. So I am really passionate about having the opportunity. I know your choices are pretty limited because there's 3 positions and here we are. So, but that honestly is the very reason I ran, because I really wanted to make sure that somebody that was in this position really cared about these schools, and it is my work passion. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, we want to extend our gratitude to all of you for being here and also for your willingness to serve our community. And I just wanted to add a note that it's been quite some time since the Mason-Deerfield Chamber has hosted a forum for our school board partners. And we're really excited to bring this back. We didn't get to the areas of workforce, but we're excited to continue dialogues in the future with our partners through the schools around how we can make sure that our region maintains competitive through our school partners. So just want to extend our gratitude again for you being here this evening. Thank you.